v.h.s.x? What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I wanted to talk about a video from JCglitchmaster titled PTB Myers is Not Moist, Dead by Daylight. And as you guys know, I've already spoken about the Myers rework and my thoughts on it, which I'll have it linked at the end of the video. But for those of you who are fully aware, you know how much I dislike the Myers rework. And JCglitchmaster actually breaks it down. Pretty much saying the same thing that I was pretty much saying about these changes. And if you want to watch the original video, it'll be linked in the description. But I want to quickly cover a couple of snippets to kind of, see what JCglitchmaster is here to explain for us.
Made Myers so good was his identity as Myers. It's so good I actually made a whole video on it. No licensed killer in this game really makes you feel like you're playing that licensed killer, with two exceptions, Myers and Ghostface. Now of the two, most would rather play Myers because Myers is pretty much a better Ghostface across the board. When Myers hits tier 3,
I want to pause that because that's one of the main reasons why I think that I dislike the Myers rework so heavily. And then it really boils down to just removing the soul out of Myers, removing what makes Myers feel like you're playing Myers, which is a damn shame because the game already is moving away from that aspect of horror. It's already moving away from what can make the game actually interesting for people trying to tune in, for people trying to play the game because they will join in because they're like, I love Halloween, I want to play as Michael Myers, right? Or hey, I love Nightmare on Elm Street, I want to play as Freddy. And for myself included, right, I wanted to play those characters. I wanted to play Ghostface, even though this Ghostface is not from the Scream franchise, and it is probably my least favorite version of the Ghostface character. Either way, it's still the closest you can get to that in the game because we don't have a Scream license in here. And one thing that I appreciate about Myers, at least gameplay-wise, because I think aesthetically he could be improved, but gameplay-wise, you feel like you're playing Michael Myers. You feel like they translated it from the films into the game perfectly. And by removing that, you're taking out what makes him interesting, what makes him kind of be the standard for how you represent a license. Now, obviously, in my opinion, I think Chucky had sort of taken the spot for the latest and greatest in terms of license representation. However, Myers was still up there. But now when we remove that, now it's just Chucky who really represents what Chucky is at the end of the day. But let's continue.
he became a threat because everybody was exposed. It was every man for themselves, and if someone tried to body block or stop you, they would be sliced down. Combined with perks like Bamboozle, it was a legitimate threat to go against him. Now let's compare it to Ghostface, where he marks one person but then everyone else is safe. So instead of running away from the killer, the whole survivor team swarms you like the Avengers taking hits for the exposed player. Never do you feel quite as powerless as these moments as Ghostface.
Bro, someone's gen rushing next to him while he's having his marked target get body blocked. That is textbook Ghostface right there.
Thank you, JCglitchmaster, for showing us pretty much the average Ghostface experience, especially if they're new to Ghostface, especially if you main Ghostface, you might have something similar happen. This is the Ghostface experience, basically, right? You can only get maybe one person exposed, you're getting revealed instantly, so you can't even expose anybody else. Now, you could argue, well, he didn't really play it optimally. That really doesn't make that much of a difference here. It still does happen in that situation where you can mark and it just really means absolutely nothing. And it's a damn shame. But I really appreciate this clip here because it really shows exactly what I've been talking about for so long. And it shows my biggest issues with licenses in this game, but also just Ghostface as a whole. We have iconic characters, iconic representations in this case, because obviously the only thing that's really being represented is the mask. But regardless, we have iconic representations and licenses, and they're usually not even good characters. Like, they're usually terrible. Chucky was the exception for a bit, and then he got nerfed to the ground, so now he's just sitting in his C-tier little chair in the C-tier. The Sadako from Ringu, same thing, just sitting in like the C-tier, pretty much. I mean, what a shocker. Myers, same thing, sitting in the C-tier. Freddy sitting in like low B, touching the C-tier a little bit, kind of tickling it. And I mean, the list goes on, right? And the only, I think, licensed character we've actually seen came from anime, which was Kaneki. Kaneki coming from manga and anime, to be specific. And he's like one of the best in the game. So that's cool, right? That's great for the Ghoul, Tokyo Ghoul fans, stuff like that. Which I probably will read the manga and watch the anime, and I'll probably enjoy it most likely, and I'll probably become a Kaneki main as a result, because you know, horror is a wonderful genre. But besides all of that, of course, it's just a shame that like the most iconic, the most classic of the horror movie like villains, like they just are all low tier. Now, on one hand, I can appreciate Myers gets a buff. However, the thing is, we're kind of moving away from what really represents Myers, even in the films, which this is supposed to be Myers from like the first Halloween film, I don't know if it was 87 or can't remember, but that was the first movie he came out from, because they always say they want to get the originals. So, boom, you're getting that. And now we're making him a dash killer. There is no scene that this ever happens in the original movie. There is no scene that happens in any of the sort of canon movies, you could say, within the 1987 or whatever you call it. I forgot. It was 78, 1978. I mixed up the year. It was 78. But regardless, he just doesn't do that. He's not Myers anymore. And if you ask me, I think the rework should have went to Ghostface. I think you can even see when I paused it, you can see Ghostface has his arm in the air. He's literally running in his animation. You could have gave him a dash. I would have thought that would be plausible. You could have done that. Just give the rework to Ghostface. It would have made the most sense. It would have buffed him. If they reworked Ghostface to be the rework for Myers, where it was like you have one stalk mode you can't get revealed from, then you have but you can't hit anyone, then you have the sort of like, I guess, attack mode or whatever you can swap to and stuff like that. Like, that would have been crazy. Like, that would have been incredible. I would have appreciated that way more. But it went to Myers, who doesn't even do any of those things in the goddamn film. And then you're gonna have the two people in the world that are gonna go, well, actually, nerd emoji, actually, that did happen in like one film off screen at like hour 20. He definitely did that. Like, come on. Like no one who's a Halloween fan envisions Myers like running across the street, dashing, flying around. He doesn't do that. Nobody who recognizes Myers knows he does that. But let's continue.
I feel his frustration. I can sense it through the screen. I'm coming for the big fat juicy hit.
What?
Yeah, rip. Yeah.
And this is where Myers
too.
excelled. Now, removing the permanent exposed and replacing it with a dash that you charge just feels bad. This isn't helped by the implementation of this dash either. First of all, survivors get a map-wide audio notification when he's fully charged with Stalk to go into tier 3. One of the biggest scare factors playing against Myers was not knowing his current Stalk progress and his ability to activate it at any time.
I agree with that too. You know, Myers was not really necessarily a high tier by any means. But even so, his weaknesses also were his strengths, in the sense that when people went against him, I think they would have had some pretty good amount of fun. Now, Tombstone aside, as I am a Tombstone fan, enjoyer. I love Tombstone, but beyond Tombstone, all right, because you know what's coming. You know there's gonna be people losing their minds about Tombstone. Tombstone aside, all right, I'm pretty sure it feels uneasy when you're getting chased by a Myers and he hasn't gotten tier 3 yet, and you're like, oh boy, like I'm probably gonna get one-shotted as I cross this window or something. Like, there was a level of fear of not knowing what he had equipped. He could have Tombstone, he probably wouldn't, you know, who knows, right? He could have tier 3 active, maybe he doesn't, you don't know. So you don't know. And that part I think was so interesting about the character. It's just the mere fact that at any point he can just one-shot, right? And it's way different when you decide to remove that aspect from the character and then you just turn it into another character that already exists. And a good example is Pig, right? A good example is Chucky, which are two licensed characters that already have the same ability to dash. Like, it's literally just, it functions the same way as Myers does right now in the PTB. Well, you know, obviously it's over now, but you get the point. You can literally see the bar fill, right? Like, same way with Chucky, same way with Pig. So I'm like, why are we getting a charge dash on a third license killer? Like, we don't have to do that. We can just have him be like, lean into what Myers does with stat buffs. Give him that stun reduction bonus. Give him the break speed bonus, the vault speed bonus. Like, give him a longer lunge. Like, make his tier 3 or evil incarnate mode, like, make that be like the strongest form. So like when he stalks, boom, his stuns are faster, and then his break speed's fast. Like, he's like menacing, but he still feels the same as he would normally, but just like advanced with like tier 3 one-shotting. You know what I mean? Why not? Like, that would have honestly been the easier option for them to do, which arguably would have been both thematically accurate and made just more sense. I don't know why they didn't just do that. Because we can stay faithful to what people like about the character, stay faithful to the source material and what he's known for, and then also just buff up statistically what he's able to do so he can stand out over Ghostface, and also stand out, which is another whole problem, but anyway, stand out and be like better at chasing overall, because if he can vault really fast, lunge really far, get stunned really quickly, he's a monster at that point and chase at that, like when you have stat buffs. That would have been interesting. Kind of like Singularity, where he's got like a little bit of he almost like has like Inspired Fury base kit with like Brutal Strength base kit, like, and then like Superior Anatomy base kit in his thing when he's in Overclock. You could have done that with the Evil Incarnate mode. Like, that would have been fine. Like, why didn't we just do that?
Next, when he does activate tier 3, it's no longer instant, meaning that you don't get that adrenaline rush as a survivor anymore when he's up your ass in tier.
So yeah, they basically just created Chucky again, which we already have Chucky. Why are we getting this again? Oh, and then we actually get a nice little view of the PS2 graphics Myers sleeve. Really, this still annoys me to this day. Like, we get this PS2 graphics Myers hand with blurry like fingers for no reason. We get like this polygon sleeve. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, why hasn't Myers been updated at all visually? They've updated characters in the past visually that were licensed, such as Quentin and C. Why the heck are we not getting an update? I even think Lori got an upgrade. I'm not even sure, like, cosmetically. Why the heck why are we not getting anything for Myers, bro? Like, this looks terrible. It's a whole nother situation, man. Oh, man. But also, I have to say, the animation looks terrible. If you ask me, it should have been on Ghostface. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, man. It's terrible. Like, you could have easily... Oh, man. You could have easily put it on Ghostface and everybody would have been fine. This would have been the rework that Ghostface mains needed, bro. It would have still been dash slot, but if it at least would have offered Ghostface a chase option, he would have been able to finally leave the goddamn D tier. And then, arguably, he'd be more fun to play. And it makes sense thematically. So why the heck they didn't do that? I don't know. And then what's funny is, like, if you wanted to rework Myers, why not just do the idea I said, right? We give him the stat boost to like in tier 3, give him the vault speed, lunge, give Ghostface this rework where he's able to like not get revealed for no magical reason. Make it so that it's like Myers, where you stalk, boom, switch modes, blah blah blah, dash, whatever. And then there'll be 2 different characters at that point, because one is like, okay, I'm gonna be focusing on like stat boost, staying true to Myers, and then we have Ghostface who does something else, which is dash, like, you know, stalking, blah blah blah, similar ways. Like, you could have easily found something like a middle ground in between that to create a distinction. So depending on what people like, if they like dash or they just like they want to go around and be more stealthy or something like that, Myers has it down, which they both would be stealthy in their own ways, which is the idea. So that's my point, you know. It's like, it's a missed opportunity, but we wasted on Myers, and now Ghostface once again gets left in the dust. It's terrible.
Too, that he could pop tier 3 and instantly down you at any time. Instead, he pops tier 3, stands there awkwardly for like a second and a half doing the worst animation I've ever seen in my life.
What's that?
Before he can begin to
so
use his
true
power.
though, like he does that weird like hand thing, like it looks terrible.
Then not only this, but he can't instantly attack you and down you with that power like he can on live. He needs to charge the ability up to instantly down you a minimum amount before he can use it. This charge up also makes a new sound that the survivors can hear. Not only this, but then after you use the power, it puts it on a cooldown.
That shit is fucking trash, dog.
Why
I agree.
the
That's
fuck
garbage.
does it have a cooldown behavior? You waste time stalking to get Evil Incarnate in the first place, then you have to slow down to activate this mode. Then you have to slow down charging the ability, and then when you do use the ability, it puts it on cooldown.
But notice how all of this is literally Chucky, but like all of this is Chucky. Besides the, like, you know, cover the Stalk part. The rest of it is Chucky. Activated, so he starts going, right? He puts up his knife, starts giggling to himself. Then he starts to charge, goes, yeah, right? Like, that's what he does. Starts flying, he misses it, it goes on cooldown. And mind you, the bar goes on cooldown, and he goes on cooldown when he misses with Chucky. He literally has to stop for a second and pick himself up, get his knife ready again. Why did we do that again? Why? It's like, it was funny because I said a dash killer would be fine because it's the safe choice. What I didn't say was they to put it on Myers. Like, what? If anything, I've been saying that Ghostface should have been the dash killer of the two, considering the fact that he literally is running towards people. It would make sense he gets he's literally running and flying towards you to get the kill. That makes way more sense if you ask me. If you were gonna make either one of them a dash killer, at least give it to Ghostface. I'm just saying.
Just stop. Just stop it. Stop. No.
You've arguably turned the smoothest killer in the game, where every single bit of his kit was instant or sped up with no delays, then put 3 new delays on it and given survivors 3 separate audio cues as to what stage he's in, while simultaneously destroying the flow for killer and the tension on the survivor side. Now I know people are going to comment, but the Eerie add-on, JC, so let's quickly talk about that.
Yeah, the Eerie add-on is garbage. Eerie add-on is garbage. And what's funny is that people really sat there and were trying to defend this add-on. Like, oh, you still have the original Myers, like as if like the rework is magically good now because you have an add-on that switches it back to where it is. When the funny thing is, they did this with Freddy. They did this with Freddy too. They're like, oh, here's a snare add-on, so you have the original snares, and then they're just garbage instead of giving you the exact one you want. Ridiculous. Like, if Freddy's rework, they gave him snares that you can only place one each. They all have like garbage hindered. It's like, what the heck are we talking about? And then we don't even get the dream palettes like we used to have back in the day either. So I'm like, what's the freaking point, dude? Like, Dream Palette Freddy back like before the rework was hilariously fun for me personally. I used to love that. That was my favorite to play. So, fact of the matter is, why the heck are we doing it again with Myers, and then we're just giving him a dog shit version of the mode people actually wanted to play? Like, it makes no sense.
Now removes the dash, gives him 50% longer lunge, and exposes everyone when he hits Evil Incarnate. People have been saying that this is just old Myers. Yes, but actually no. See, you're still bound to the downsides that I just spoke of. You still announce to the survivors you've gained tier 3, you still have to do the stupid animation when you go into tier 3, meaning that you can't pop it right behind a survivor anymore and instantly down them.
Thank you, JCglitchmaster. I knew that this would be garbage. Because they're like, oh, you just can't use the slaughtering strike, so therefore it's the same. It's like, no. You have an animation for activation, sound cue for activation. You can't instant pop it like usual. And then you don't even get the cool animation where his hand is his hand is up with the knife stick. Oh my god.
Not only this, but he doesn't do the thing where he flips the knife around. He just walks around like he normally does in tier 1 and tier 2, and he doesn't have the overhead stab. Why would we remove that?
That's literally what I found so awesome about the damn Myers thing too, is the fact that he can swap his hand the way he holds a freaking knife. Oh my god. This is what, oh lord, like this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, why do we, like, why behavior? Why? Like, we had a good thing. He sucked, but at least, like, was just like, they overcomplicated it. Like, they didn't have to make it dash. They could have just gave him stat buffs. And what's funny is that in the rework, they literally gave him stat buffs and Slaughter with his Evil Incarnate. So why not just give him those more stat buffs in Evil Incarnate mode?
Animation is so much more satisfying. Not to mention, and this is the biggest elephant in the room, it's an Eerie add-on. I shouldn't have to run the rarest add-on in the game to get my version of Myers back. Even Freddy's wasn't an iridescent.
What the heck is that? So you don't, they're like, so the people saying that, oh, you can just put on the add-on, it's the same thing. No, it's not. You still have to wiggle your knife around for a while and wave it in front of your face like, ooh, and then you gotta freaking, yeah, you gotta turn it on, and then you don't even get the cool like knife lift. Come on, and
an add-on. Granted, Freddy's is so dog shit you would never ever run it, but the point still stands. It shouldn't be an Eerie add-on.
Yeah, the Freddy one is pretty like, the one thing that the original like snare Freddy had was that you could put multiple snares, but with this, like with the Freddy one, you can only put one at a time. You put one, the old one, like the next one you put, the old one disappears. So I'm like, then what the heck is the point of running the add-on then? Like, you don't even get the original Freddy how it used to be, where the hindered will stack onto the next one so you can slow him down and gain distance. It's like, whatever, dude.
If it's going to be like this. Also, because going into Old Myers is now an add-on, we lost my favorite add-on, which was the purple duration increase.
Yeah, that one was another one of my favorites too. When they buffed up Block of Hair, I was using that one a lot, dude. That got ruined. What the heck is that? While Evil Incarnate is active, you can end it and retain 50. Why? Like, why? Like, this add-on sucks.
It no longer increases tier 3 by 40 seconds, and instead it lets you cancel it prematurely and retain half its charge.
Disgusting!
Speaking of add-ons,
trash.
they've butchered a lot of them. In my opinion, Maya's had the most variety when it came to add-ons and playstyles of any killer in the game. You've got the classic scratch mirror, the less popular but still fun vanity mirror, small terror radius tier 2 with dead rabbit, longer tier 3 duration, faster Stalk add-on so there's less downtime, an insta-kill that resets that you need to charge for a long time, an insta-kill that's forever that slowed you down when you used it and took a very large amount of the game to charge it, and you had infinite tier 3. All these different playstyles. Now this rework has killed that.
It's high noon. Draw.
Yeah. Thank you, JCglitchmaster, for once again pointing out even more stuff that I don't even like about this rework. The thing is, like, I've been leveling up Myers to get to P100, but I wouldn't say that I've been like playing Myers. So I can't even say like I've been able to remember every single add-on at this point. And especially with the rework sort of coming out or whenever it decides to do that, it's just so flat that I'm like, I'm probably not going to, I don't really want to play that rework. Like, it seems so lame, like kind of sad.
No more infinite tier 3, no more tombstone at all period, which I genuinely enjoyed playing against, but maybe I'm in the minority there. Small terror radius tier 2 is nerfed as well, since monitor and abuse got nerfed to percentage base, meaning that we've gone from a 4 meter terror radius in tier 2 to an 8 meter terror radius. Likewise, vanity mirror, which was a tier 2 wall hack, is now entirely dead. It's now been reworked to show.
Damn, that sucks. Are you serious? Even vanity mirror got ruined? When Evil Incarnate ends, you see the... Nobody cares about seeing auras for 4 seconds, dog. Nah. Come on, man. That's trash. Like, I'm sorry. That's trash. Like, what the hell? Like, no one is gonna use this. Like, what are we talking about? Nobody's using this. Oh, man. I can't wait till, like, my power ends so I can see people for a couple seconds. Come on.
Aura for 4 seconds when Evil Incarnate ends. Wow. What a way to take such a fun and unique add-on and turn it into the most unoriginal add-on concepts you possibly could. Then, on top of all of this, they have decreased the range that you can stalk survivors from. Yeah, that is another thing I didn't like either. That I didn't like at all. I'm like, bro, come on now, man. Like Myers is like in the movies, okay? In the movies, brother is standing across the whole like side of the map, dog. Like, all right. I don't know why. Because I'm like, they buffed him and made him even better, right? And you were able to stalk from far away. They literally did the inverse of how he used to be, where if you stalk up close, it was faster, farther, it was slower. Now, then they hit the reverse, right? Uno reverse card. They said, okay, well, farther away, it's faster, up close is shorter. I'm like, longer, I mean. And I was like, that makes sense. That's literally how he's in the movies. Like, he just like stands there menacingly, watching you for a long time. And then out of nowhere, toward the middle to the end of the movie, he's getting everybody, one-shotting them, you know what I mean? Choking them out, whatever. And it's like, why did we reduce the distance for that, making it even less like how he is in the goddamn film, which is supposed to be from the film lore-wise. He's supposed to be from the film license-wise. What are we doing? 40 meters down to 32 meters.
Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Why? Why behavior would you do this? Now I get it. Some people are going to say, well, it's only 8 meters. You won't really notice that difference.
Yes,
First
you do.
of all, that's nearly a 25% nerf. Second, it took me literally less than 10 seconds into my first match trying him out to notice the nerf. Look, I can even prove it. Fucking Moisty Myers. So we start right click, we go pursuer with left control. Right, well, they've nerfed the range, haven't they? Personally, I don't think there should even be a range limit on the stalk. Myers stalks people at range. That's his whole thing.
Thank you! We have a clip from the original film. Brother is standing outside in the middle of the damn street, all the way over there. Come
adds
on.
to his identity. If a Myers player is able to get line of sight on me from across the map, more power to him. He should be rewarded for that, not punished. Okay, now that we've complained for 7 straight minutes, let's talk about the really good change. Being able to return to tier 1 is really good. This change adds to his immersion as playing.
Oh, well, I will say that much. That is the one upside that I'm going to mention about the Myers rework, that you finally are making the character a stealth killer. I will also say that at least the character could be more viable. I can give the credit where it's due. Like, hey, right? You got, not only do you have a swappable Stalk mode, fantastic, awesome. You got a chase power, awesome, cool. But that's the only upsides that I can give, because the rest of it is gone. The rest of what made Myers is gone. Whatever made him close to the movies is gone. Whatever made him faithful to the source material is gone. Whatever made him fun to go up against is probably also gone. Whatever made him interesting probably to play is probably gone too. Now we have Dash again. We already have Pig and Chucky that do the same exact gameplay. Why are we getting the same thing again? I don't get it. Oh, but the difference is you can one-shot like that, as if that's gonna solve all our problems. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. And he does, like, JCglitchmaster does mention as well that the tier 2 mode is kind of pointless. Now, here's what my biggest problem was. We have lunge range, vault speed, stun recovery speed, break speed, increased by 10% and 15% for the vault speed. So why didn't we have this part here, right? 24 meter, blah, 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 4.6. Why didn't we have this be tier 3 boot, like just instead of 10%, you can make it 20 or whatever. Why didn't we increase it so that he's leaning towards what he does in the films, while also making him stronger in chase by giving him perks essentially in his kit? Like, that would have made him better without taking away what made him Myers. It's like, what are we doing? Like I get he was trashed here, but it's like, come on, man. But that's pretty much all my thoughts on the topic so far. If you want to watch the rest of the video, it'll be linked in the description, where JCglitchmaster covers the tier 2 mode, and he also covers the issues and how to address them as well, and a couple other things. So please watch the original video, of course. That's the end of it for me. Appreciate you guys watching. While you're down there, check out the links in the description to support the channel, and consider following on TikTok and Twitch to watch me play Killer live on Twitch and also YouTube. Subscribe. See you guys in the next one.